A fantastic morning to all. This is Arogyasamy from Department of Biology. Today our discussion from this session is Plus 1 Biobotany Volume 2 Chapter 9 Tissue and Tissue System. Introduction to Anatomy. Father of plant anatomy, Negemi Agru. Father of Indian anatomy, K.H. Chowdhury. So anatomy means the study of internal structure of and organization of plant is called plant anatomy. The cells and tissues studied by means of dissection and microscopic examination. It is called anatomy. The tissue is a group of cells that are alike in origin and structure and function. The study of tissue is called histology. There are two principal groups. One is the meristematic tissues, second one permanent tissue. What is meristematic tissue? What are the characteristics and what are the how meristematic tissues are classified? Let us discuss. The meristematic cells are oval and spherical polygonal in shape. They have generally dense cytoplasm with prominent nucleus. Generally vacuoles in them either small or absent. The cell wall is thin and elastic, essentially made up of cellulose. These are most actively dividing cells. So meristematic cells means most actively dividing cells. Classification of meristem. It is based on position, based on origin and based on function. The meristem has been classified into three types. So first one, based on position, apical meristem, intercalary meristem, lateral meristem. Based on origin, primary meristem, secondary meristem. Then based on function, protoderm, procambium, ground meristem. Then based on plane of division, moss meristem, rib meristem, plate meristem. The permanent tissues. So simple tissues, only one type of cells are present. Example, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Complex tissues means more than one type of cells. Xylem, phloem. Then we will discuss tissue system. There are three tissue system in plants. They are epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system, vascular tissue system. So just like animal or human body, so we have respiratory system, digestive system, excretory system. So like that, and plants having epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system, vascular tissue system, that we will discuss. So chapter 10, secondary growth. So you learn what is a secondary growth. The increase in girth is called a secondary growth. Secondary growth occur in plants by two lateral meristem, vascular meristem and a cork meristem. Okay. Vascular cambium helps in production of secondary xylem and phloem. This helps in formation of hard and soft wood. As well as we will study about the annual ring. Annual ring is nothing but growth rings. Then bark is formed by cork cambium. Then lenticels, a small pore on the bark of the stem and root. It is called lenticels. These things we will discuss in detail. Next, chapter 11, transport in plants. Types of transport. What is transport? Transport is the process of moving water and mineral food to all parts of the plant body. It is called transport. So transports are classified into two types: passive transport, active transport. So how the water transported to the plants. Absorption of water terrestrial plants have to absorb the water from the soil to maintain terrestriality and metabolic activities and growth. From soil to root hairs, either actively or passively it absorbs. From root hair, further transport in lateral direction to reach xylem, then superhighway of water transport. So this is regarding water transport to the different parts of the plant. Then transpiration, we will discuss this loss of excess of water in the form of vapor from various aerial parts of the plant is called transpiration. Types of transpiration we will discuss: stomatal transpiration, lenticular transpiration, cuticular transpiration, translocation of organic solutes, that is a food material. Then chapter number 12, mineral nutrients. So classification of minerals: macronutrients, micronutrients. Macronutrients means essential minerals which are required in higher concentrations are called macronutrients, such as carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, magnesium. So essential minerals which are required in lesser concentrations are called micronutrients, such as iron, manganese, copper, molybdenum, zinc, boron, chlorine. Then hydroponics, we will discuss hydroponics, development of plants in nutrient solution, it is called hydroponics. And nitrogen fixation and nitrogen cycle. Then special mode of nutrition. So nutrition is a process of uptake and utilization of nutrient by living organism. There are two main types, such as autotrophic and heterotrophic. So heterotrophic nutrition further divided into saprophyte, parasite, insectivorous types. So these things we will discuss in detail. Photosynthesis, chapter number 13, photosynthesis. So in this chapter we will discuss significance of photosynthesis, what are the sites of photosynthesis, and what are the factors affecting photosynthesis, that we will discuss in the 13th chapter. And 14th chapter, respiration. So here we will discuss the structure of ATP, aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration such as glycolysis, pyruvate oxidation, Krebs cycle, electron transport chains. So these things we will discuss in respiration. Then final chapter, that is chapter number 15, plant growth and development. Here we will be discussing what is a growth. Growth is defined as an irreversible permanent increase in size and shape, number, volume and dry weight of the plant. It is called plant growth. So types of growth rate: arithmetic growth and geometric growth. These two we will discuss in detail. Then plant growth hormone such as axins, gibberellins, cytokinin, ethylene, abscisic acid, photoperiodism, flowering due to the light period available, it is called photoperiodism. Then vernalization, seed germination, PCD, programmed cell death. So these things we will discuss in plant growth and development. So that's all about volume 2. Thank you.